20 years earlier, I was working with you people. 20 years later, I'm working with you people. So, music can be looked down upon.
Yeah.
And bean bajati hui nagin.
Nagin.
I think it's swag, man. I think that's so cool, and that is how you're making it new.
Yeah.
Ahaan, on the other hand, but when I saw his audition, I was still not sure. So I actually pretended like I liked him.
Hello and welcome to Filmfare. Today I have with me the very special team of Saiyaara. Welcome everyone. So
Thank you so much.
First question is to you, sir. 20 years in the industry and you're working with newcomers in the film. How different is it this time around?
Oh, it's the same. It's the same pressure. 20 years earlier, I was working with you people. 20 years later, I'm working with you people. I remember I reached one location in Goa and I called up, in fact, my art director, who's a true friend who passed away before this film, and Rajata, I called him up and he was supposed to do this film, and I called him up saying, Rajata, it's been 20 years and we are still here. We've run a long way, but we're back at the same place.
Do you think there's any kind of an added pressure?
No, he said something, we've become fitter because you run this distance over 20 years. But added pressure, yes, there is. Yeah, the truth is, when you're new, you don't know what failure is, and when you're new, you have aspiration. You only think, like I remember someone asking me that time during promotion, what if the film doesn't do well? And I actually didn't have an answer because I had no idea. But when I see the dreams, the aspiration, the passion that guys like Arslan, Faheem, Ahaan, Aneet, my writer Sankalp, my team, they all have, in a way, Akshay is a first-time producer, also my producer, although he's worked for 20 years in YRF. This might be his first independent product, which he's doing under YRF.
Okay.
Sumanna Ghosh, my creative producer, it's her first. There's so many firsts. I think in this, I feel we are back to being newcomers. Yeah. So you forget about the result and you're thinking more about making a good film. And that's something I wanted to do for a while. You get so busy chasing the number, you don't end up making films.
Right. So when it comes to not just actors, you also have singers who you're launching with this film.
Composers also. There's
yes,
one or two composers in the film who are new.
So how was that experience like, and where did you find them?
I didn't find them. So I had this script and this idea without a producer. And first we got a producer on board who wanted to believe in this madness. So there was Akshay, I gave him full credit for that, and he took it to Adi sir, saying he wanted to produce this film for them. Adi sir loved it. Then I had, when I make my film and I write my film, I compose songs on the way while I'm writing it. But this song I didn't get this song. And I remember I was in Dubai and I got some work and I called up Tanish like a madman saying, I want you to make this song. And I think I said a couple of swear words to him on the phone, but I think I was very emotionally charged and he said, I have just the song for you. He introduced me to these great.
Oh, lovely.
And then we had a tune, we had an emotion, but I didn't have a title for the film yet. It was still called Production Number 75. And that's when Sumanna suggested, okay, what about Saiyaara? I thought we were trying to sell out, trying to capitalize on a hit song. And we have she said, no, it has a meaning. And so I very apologetically suggested it to Irshad Bhai. And Irshad Bhai just jumped at it as the writer, saying, no, this is right. Then we had to convince him to put it in the meter, then them to sing it. But what I thought would get a lot of reluctance and actually spread like wildfire, just went viral on its own. So I think we don't make films, films make themselves. And we are just part of that journey, I think. This is a film that didn't have a producer to being finally made in the biggest production house of the country. And here we are today. There was no, where we hadn't, I mean, I obviously knew then, but there was no connection with these brilliant talent. And Tanish got me to connect with them to give the title song of this film.
Right. So my next question is for the both of you. So how was your experience like to work on a film of this scale?
I mean, we had no idea what we were in for. It has been a marvelous journey. It's been over a year, I think.
Yeah, exactly. June.
Congratulations on the track, by the way. It's
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you. I think, I mean, there were no expectations or, whatsoever, no preconceived anything. Because we were not, I mean, we knew Sir's films and we knew Dada's music, but we never knew how to actually fit ourselves into something which works this way, right? Because we've been independent artists, indie singers, songwriters, and I think it was a very new and learning experience for the both of us. And we are ever so grateful to everybody who actually believed in us, starting from Dada all the way to Sir. I think it's been a beautiful, beautiful journey for the both of us.
It's been a lesson as well at the same time. We have learned a lot of things in this process.
Right. So, thanks, sir. My question is to you. When it comes to composing a song in today's time, where songs are almost looked down upon because they're so frivolous, most of them are in fact. How do you break away from it and how do you create something like Saiyaara, which is, relevant and it stays with you long after you hear it?
I don't think anyone looks down. It's very wrong to say it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I think, my children at home don't, if they're dancing on Malang title track, then there's something wrong, I think. Because she's 9 and they're 6. I'm not saying this is the age thing. I think the kind of music, like, I think Aankh Mare is my son's favorite song. And he just, when he was 3 or 4 through COVID, I think COVID aa gaya tha na uske baad. There's no song that is, music can be looked down upon.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a tendency to believe that this is tougher to do.
Not like that. I just mean in terms of, just
It isn't.
maybe lyrics or possibly that kind of tune that stays with you long after you hear it. And it's not just about, listening to it once and then moving ahead.
I get that. I think
Yeah, I think see, Pritam Da does so beautiful music. So many songs I like.
Of course.
म्यूजिक ऐसा नहीं है कि म्यूजिक खराब है कि ऐसा है, ट्रेंड अलग अलग होता है। अभी देखो रीमिक्स के लिए मुझे बोलते हैं कि तू रिक्रिएशन किया गाना खराब कर दे। मैं इतने परफॉर्मेंस करता हूँ, लोग 4-4 बार सेम गाना आँख मारे हो दिलबर हो मैं परफॉर्म करता हूँ गाना, लोग एंजॉय करते हैं। तो ऐसा नहीं कि म्यूजिक खराब है, अलग अलग चीज़ें अलग अलग लोग हैं। अभी जब मोहित सर के साथ कोई गाना करता हूँ ना, तो मेरे दिमाग में ना मेरा इंटेंशन ये रहता है कि मुझे हिट गाना नहीं बनाना, मुझे एक अच्छा गाना बनाना है जिसको मैं रिलेट कर पाऊँ।
Correct.
या कोई ऐसा नहीं कि मुझे कोई बड़े सिंगर से गवाना है, दिमाग में वो नहीं रहता है। मुझे लगता है कि इसमें नयापन कैसे आ सकता है, बिकॉज वो वाइब वो देते हैं और उतना ही वो अपने को फ्रीडम देते हैं काम करने की। तो उस फ्रीडम जो चीज़ में मिलता है ना, उसमें कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ जाता है। और जब वो कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ के जब हम कुछ अचीव करते हैं, तब वो जो ग्लोरी है ना, उससे बड़ा कुछ नहीं है। अगर सैयारा जाके हम लोग इसमें अगर फिल्म फेयर मिला तो इससे बड़ा चीज
No, but I must say that even the addition to a song like Aankh Mare and and Tamma Tamma adding Amit Sayani's voice is a new thing. It's how you make it new. And Bean bajati hui nagin. I think it's swag, man. I think that's so cool, and that is how you're making it new.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree, agree. No, the requirement is dependent on what you want from the script, I think. And I think my film is about musicians, it's about people who want to make a song, जो अगर दिमाग भी भूल जाए दिल याद रखे, people will outlive you, hit होंगे चले जाएंगे. There's actually a scene like that. Telling you too much about the film, but the fact is, it is a film where the whole idea of starting this film was that every song that you hear takes you back to some moment in your life.
Right.
It could be a friend that you dance with in a disco. It could be a love. It could be a friendship. It could be a best friend that you were, an age group that you used to be with. Music has the ability to time travel you and take you back. Music and smell, they say, but for me, music a lot. Right. And I have one story associated with every song that I like. Some of them I won't even tell my wife. but I think that, and that was the germ of starting this, like what if music and memories were connected, which they are. How do you make a film on that? And that's what the germ of it, and that's why I went to, as I would say, Avengers Assemble. Tanishq, Irshad Bhai, Mithun, they're my Avengers, but and the superpower is music, I think, in this film, when you're making a film with new people.
So we hear that you were personally connected to the album, and
Yes.
you've worked on it for almost 5 years, is
Yes,
what we hear.
some previous songs.
So
yeah.
how was that experience, and is it the first time that you've been connected to a film's music like that, or have
Yes.
you
Yes.
done that before?
No, you know what happened is there was a time when I was writing this film in the beginning, which is about 3 or 4 years back. I had some songs from the past which I was working with an independent label with Universal called Viral, where I was actually curating music, and where I found a couple of songs there, which were songs I kept, and I didn't know where I could use in the indie space. But there were two film to be used in the indie space, and too unusual to be put into
Mainstream.
action films in some. So I didn't know where to put them. They were too new for that. So that was happening. Then I wrote the film, and when I wrote the film at that time, there was a lot of senior filmmakers also who were very fond of me and actually cared about me. Said no one will make this film because no one wants to see a love story with newcomers. And I think they didn't mean it badly. They meant it out of really concern.
But do you believe that?
Well, the one who proved it wrong was Adi Chopra. When I narrated the film, I gave him the script to him and Akshay Vidani. He asked me, why are you making this? I mean, I'm not mentioning who the couple of established people were interested in doing it. And he said, why are you making it with them? The age group of the film is falling in love for the first time. I said, sir, I really want to make this film. But who will make it? He said, I'll make it. I'll make this film with new people because this film requires it. He said every business module, every music label, everyone will be very happy if you make it with established people because
It'll
they'll
sell.
think it'll sell. But I'm telling you, it's a wrong film because this is first love and you're going to, and he was so right. And I actually felt that, but I didn't know, I just wanted the film to be made. I thank both him and Akshay to let me make this film with the star cast that I wanted, which were tailor-made for this film. That I could audition and cast, not coming with any baggage or any baggage. Even a good baggage is a bad baggage for this film, because the character can be new.
So when it comes to Ahaan and Aneet, how was the casting process like, and what was it to finally lock them? And how was the experience?
Shanu Sharma, who heads YRF casting,
Right.
showed me auditions. It's as simple as that. Aneet, and I'm not saying this, it was just a normal organic process that you show auditions and you meet.
Yeah.
Ahaan, on the other hand, but when I saw his audition, I was still not sure. So I actually pretended like I liked him. But he knows. I didn't tell him he's in the film, but I told him let's go out for dinner. And we were supposed to go out for dinner for 1 hour, but we stayed out all night. And I think when the camera goes off and then you see someone, when someone's not on, is on job, is when the test actually happens. So I cheated. I tested him when the camera was not running, and actually kind of figured out how he is. And I realized that if he's even 50% of this, as he is the character of my film. What he was behaving outside the studio
Was pretty much
what the film required.
Okay.
So that was the process, because see, the thing with new people is they're not supposed to have the answers. If they have the answers, they're not new. They're not supposed to be over-prepared. So and I've done this. This is probably my 5th generation of new people actually. From Imran's second film to Kangana's to Kunal Khemu's to a lot. Aditya Shraddha. Now this like it's been there. And even Siddharth, it was the second film when I was doing villain. So I'm comfortable with this. But it was very liberating getting to make the film I wanted to make.
Well, they are looking great together.
Thank you.
So moving ahead, the teaser is out and so is the first song. Tell me about the best reactions that you've got from people you know or from the industry.
You know, I have a couple of checklists of like Mukesh Bhatt. Mukesh is my uncle. I really sense his opinion a lot. He has a great music sense. Many people, Bhatt Saab, I think that's a company that survived on music. I think so.
Right.
I really trust their opinion. They've been really great and supportive about it, and they like that there's a lot of me in the selection. I don't know what that means. I've never found me myself. But what was really nice was we were shooting for this song, the lowering title portion of this song, and we were at Mud Island shooting for the last day, the day the song came out at 11 o'clock. And Faheem and Arslan showed interest to come. So I said, yeah, I'll get you all picked up. The production will pick you up from the jetty and come there. And they all reached there exact on time, and I mean 15 minutes earlier. And we thought we'll celebrate the day the song shoots out at 11 o'clock. And suddenly at 11 o'clock, the whole unit started cheering. And rather than celebrating, I think everyone started crying. It was like the film was coming to an end, and it's like they didn't want to let go. I mean, there was a happy crying. It's like they've enjoyed this, and that's, yeah, you can't purchase that. You can't purchase that emotion where everyone has come to celebrate, but they've enjoyed this process so much, and I can't because I'm throwing the party. But no one wanted to leave, and that felt, yeah, you can't create. I mean, we were supposed to peacock and enjoy ourselves. We were crying, all of us, because it was coming to an end, and his father called him. I think that all just in the end, no matter what any filmmaker says, yes, the money does matter.
Yeah.
But all of us, any artist wants to touch somebody, make a difference to them, contribute to their life. Whether it's a song that you make, if someone comes and tells you so, that this song changed my life, or I got married because of it, or my father got proud of me, there's no better purchase than that, I think. The money gets spent, this will stay forever, I think.
Right, and you've made several romantic films that have stayed with the people. So how is this one different, according to you, from the others that you've done? Or do you think that there's a similarity between what will get delivered here as well?
Yeah, I don't go out making a film thinking this is similar, this is different.
Correct.
I never thought so much. I just felt like I wanted to make this film this time. If at all, I keep questioning myself, is it different? Am I that the sake of being different for the sake of like just being
that
different, it doesn't really, then you're thinking. I don't think films or any art should be made thinking too much.
Right.
Yeah, thinking should be skill. Like you put up a shot, you know how to plan it, you know how to do it. But in the end, you should make what you feel like. There's something of you bleeds into every film of yours as a director. I'm not saying in other departments or whatever. And if at all anything that has, this is closer to me. Because in the journey of the character from a nobody to becoming somebody is closer to me than pretending to be a star like what Ashiki was. I think I was not a star when Ashiki was happening. I was pretending to say what a successful person would be. I didn't know what RJ's success felt like. But I've lived this character. Somewhere all of us have, as strugglers, have lived wanting to be accepted, wanting to be loved, wanting to be famous. I think that's closer to all of us than being a star.
What about you, sir? Tell me about the title track and how the lyrics came to you.
See, basically because as he said, the title was there, I was just trying to justify the emotion. Because that where this song comes, that particular area of the movie is where we need a very, very thick, very solid emotion.
But I'm telling you, if he had said no to the title, I wouldn't. Today I'm admitting it. I wouldn't have used it because I was scared it would not add up to the. Then the second person to convince was him. So
So basically वो justify होता है, वो पूरा justify भी होता है, and you know when you try to justify the emotion as well as title as well as characters, then you feel that things are getting into the place. Everything is there. So we just have to explain the title, we just have to explain the character, we just have to interpret the emotion. I just interpreted the emotion in that song.
Okay, so can I have you all sing the song for a bit?
Yeah. It's very heavy to sing the song. तू पास है मेरे पास है ऐसे मेरा कोई एहसास है जैसे तू पास है मेरे पास है से मेरा कोई एहसास है जैसे
हाय हाय मैं मर ही जाऊं जो तुझको ना पाऊं बाहों में तेरी मैं रातें बिताऊं होठों पे लम्हा लम्हा है नाम तेरा है तुझको ही गाऊं मैं तुझको पुकारूं
सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है मौसम जरा सा रूठा हुआ है सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है मौसम जरा सा रूठा हुआ है
Wow, okay. Thank you so much. This was lovely.
I think one day I'll release the scratch version
Oh, the unplugged version.
without Sir's lyrics. I'll release that version.
Right, so
quite
when it comes to you, so you've worked on so many films. Are there any particular films that you've done that are, you know, really close to you, the ones that you've directed?
Yeah,
If you had to pick and choose out of the lot
it's like
that you've directed.
choosing between your favorite child.
Of
I
course,
have
but
14
like-
of them, so but it's difficult to do that.
Yeah.
But as the great Raj Kapoor once said, I mean, I'm sorry I'm speaking too big words about too big a person, but it's the one that didn't make it in life that you always will be special. So I think Aarapan is that film. I think it's a film that when it released didn't really do well, but even today people talk about it.
The songs are so good.
And the film also apparently.
Yeah, the film is also.
And I was just 28 years of age when that film came out, and that film kind of shaped, put a lot of change for a lot of our people. Even though the film hasn't done well, I'm in touch with everybody connected to that film. Even till today, as a really close friend. So, yeah, I mean, while you have other films that did really well, those ones everyone likes,
Yeah.
but this one is mine.
Right, so in one line, if all of you, this is my last question to you all, in one line, if you all have to tell me why the audience should come to the theatres and watch Saiyaara on the 18th of July, what would it be? Yeah, you can start.
Why should they come to the theatre?
Why should they? What will they see?
See, if you believe in love, then please come and watch this movie. Those who believe in love, the audience is, the picture is basically a romantic picture.
Right.
And if you are believing in love, then you have to come and see the romance on screen.
I mean,
Anyone
I
else?
think you go watch a Mohit Suri directorial because of the music and the story.
Right.
I think, I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you want to go watch this film, if you have ever been in love, you should.
should
If
definitely
you
watch.
have found love, you should. If you have not,
Then
if
also
lost
you
love,
definitely should.
In any case, you should.
Okay, last words from you, sir.
It's a new film, and it's a new me also because I feel I'm in a new environment. I felt like a new guy coming in when I was coming into YRF, because I as a kid was going to watch movies in a theatre, and when I actually decided to become wanting to be a director when I saw everyone was talking about the actors, but when I saw Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge and I knew that the director was 22 or 23 years
Wow.
old, I said I want to be a director. And that was Adi. So I had ups and downs earlier in my life, but I never got that call from this company. It took me 20 years to reach here, and 20 years again, I'm making a film with new people, making it the same way as I made probably a Bola Mein Bate or this thing and all. Same way, getting together. Mithun was in the opposition. He was 19. Same that time the actors were older than me because they were also new, but today they're younger. But I still feel like a newcomer. So I just think it's a new beginning for me, and it's a new world for all of us. We're stepping out, whether it's the actors, whether it's them. My writer, Sankalp Sadhana, is the first time writer. So there are a lot of new in this film, and that's what will connect with people, I think.
Right, and if you had to explain Ahaan and Aneet's character in one word, both of them, what would it be? Ahaan's character and Aneet's character.
Star-crossed lovers.
All right, on that note, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.